ways and so forth and so on. But, so I'm going to use some terms and I want to make sure you understand them. If I talk about a river current, what does that mean to you? What does that mean?
The direction the water flows.
The direction that the water flows. Okay. What does that mean to you? Okay, direction that the water flows. I agree with you. All right. And I use the term relationship. What does relationship mean? If I say the direction that the water flows in a river in relation to the bank, what does that mean to you? Yes, sir. Working together. You're on the right track. Yes. What I'm looking for is the current is flowing. The current is flowing. What's it mean to you? What?
You gotta speak up, Jack.
You gotta speak loud. It's the opposite of that. It's not just sitting. It's how the bank is not moving, but the river is. So how does that current moving in the river, how does that relate to how does that relate to the bank? The bank doesn't move. The current does. So, if you're standing on the bank and he's in a boat and he's coming by in the current and you reach over and grab him, what's going to happen? You're either going to get pulled in the water or he's going to be pulled up on the bank, one or the other. Does that make sense? Huh? Okay. So that means one of them is moving. There's two things. The current and the bank. The river current is moving. The bank, in relation to the bank, the river is moving. So the bank is standing still. And if you're standing on the bank and you look at a boat floating in the river, it's moving. If you're on the river and you're looking at the bank and you don't know the bank's moving, it could look like that, you think? You think? Okay. So, how does the wind affect an airport or an airplane or whatever? Let's define wind first. What is wind? Wind is when air from California, Colorado, Oklahoma, Tennessee is being forced across the face of the earth. The wind is moving across the face of the earth.
So it's gonna work.
The wind is the current, in my example, and the earth is the bank, in my example. Does that make sense to you? Okay. A term we use to describe something is mass, M-A-S-S, mass. Wind is an air mass that's moving. How much is it moving? How fast is it moving? It depends on the velocity. What's the velocity? Velocity is speed. The wind is measured, and how fast is the wind blowing out there? I don't know. Are the trees moving? Doesn't look like much wind to me. What do you think? So we've got this air mass moving across the ground. And that is what we call wind. Okay. Air mass. All right. Ground. And the air mass is moving across the ground. I think. That didn't work. See if we can make this work.
Thanks for cutting it on, man.
So the air mass is moving across the
I got the
ground.
same kind of camera.
What if there was a fish
I want to see what you.
swimming inside of here? What do you think? There's goldfish in there. I went by Walmart, they didn't have any goldfish. They were alive. So, we have to use our imagination. So, there's goldfish in there. This, in my example, is wind. You buy that? That make sense? Okay. And this, in my example, is the earth. So the wind is moving across the earth. If the goldfish is swimming inside that air mass, or this water thing, if the goldfish is swimming inside of that thing, the direction that that fish is swimming in is going to change that fish's speed across the ground. So let's say a fish, small fish, and this were bigger. I couldn't bring a 55-gallon drum down here because I couldn't pull it. So the fish is swimming inside that thing at 5 miles an hour in this direction, inside this container. You picture that? You got that in your brain? All right. If I move this container across the ground at 5 miles an hour in this direction, and the fish is swimming inside that container at 5 miles, how fast is the fish swimming across the ground? 10 miles an hour. How did you figure that out?
What's the direction the fish is swimming, is the direction that the water's moving.
Okay, the fish is swimming in the same direction that the water is moving it. The two of them combined are swimming across the ground. And you guys play soccer? You play soccer? You know, when a lot of the professionals kick a soccer ball, they swing their foot or they swing their leg like that, and they get this part of the leg swinging at a pretty good velocity, and then at a certain point that they learn over years and years of practice, they move the leg, the lower part of the leg from the knee down. So what that does is that combines the speed of the movement of the thigh with the speed of the movement of the lower part of the leg, which means that that foot is moving faster. Does that make sense to you? Now tell me the truth now. If you don't understand, tell me. That's the problem I had. I was trying to learn how to do things when I was a kid, and I was so stupid I didn't understand. And I wouldn't say anything because I was afraid, so I didn't do very well. But I want you to understand what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm doing here? If this thing is moved, Caleb, you got me? You with me? Or you just scratching your fleas? The air mass is moving across the ground. All right. If I have an airplane inside that air mass, and it is moving across the ground, and the airspeed indicator in the airplane says it's moving at 100 knots, how fast is that airplane moving across the ground? Somebody say something, don't just sit there like a bump on a stump. Hello? Everybody home? Say something. Anything. We got to start somewhere. How fast is the airplane moving across the ground? Give me a guess. 10 miles an hour? And the airplane is doing 100 miles an hour inside the fishbowl. Inside the air mass. Maybe I didn't say that. I don't know. Inside the air mass, there's an airplane. And it's going 100 knots inside that air mass. How fast is it moving across the ground? 100 knots. Yes. Okay. Now, the air mass is moving. Now, the air mass is moving across the ground. How fast is the airplane moving across the ground now? It's faster, but I have not given you a number, so you don't know what to say. I don't blame you, but you got to say something or I'm going to fuss at you. So say something. Something, anything. Ah, boy, faster. That's a good job. All right. Let's say we're going to give that speed a name. Ground speed. We've got ground speed and we've got air speed. Okay? And the wind determines the difference between the two. If the airplane is sitting on the ground and that wind is blowing, the airplane is not the speed that the airplane, if the airplane is just sitting on the ground and there's a pretty good wind blowing, let's say there's a 20-knot wind blowing and the airplane's sitting on the ground, and you get in, you turn the instruments on, and you look at the airspeed indicator, what would it say? The airplane's sitting on the ground, there's a 20-knot wind blowing directly on the nose. What's the airspeed indicator going to say? 20 knots. So the airplane thinks it's moving at 20 knots through the air. It thinks that it's moving through the air, and consequently that air is creating some lift, but not enough to lift the airplane. Okay? Does that make sense to you? You buy that? All right. Now, we know the airplane will fly at 70 knots. We know that because that's our magic number for speed. So if the wind is blowing 70 knots on the nose and the airplane is sitting on the ground and it's tied down, what's the airspeed indicator going to say? How fast is the wind blowing? 70 knots. The airplane's tied to the ground. It's not moving. So there's 70 knots blowing across that airplane. Does that airplane know it's tied to the ground? That the wind, the airspeed indicator is going to tell you what the wind is. So what's the wind? 70 knots. So what does the airspeed indicator say? 70 knots. Is it moving 70 knots across the ground? No. It's not. But it thinks it is. It doesn't know. Untie it. Start the engine. And have the engine enough power, say, I don't know, 1900 RPM, 1700 RPM, something like that, to cause that airplane to actually fly at 70 knots. So if that airplane is flying at 70 knots in that direction, and the wind is blowing at 70 knots in that direction, how fast is the airplane traveling across the ground? 0. Does that make sense? Okay. Wow, you guys are smart. All right. Now, turn it around. The wind is blowing 70 knots in this direction, and the airplane is flying at 70 knots in that same direction and is not attached to the ground. So it is operating in the fishbowl. What that means is this bowl is traveling I'm going that way. Let's go this way. I'm going this way. 70 knots. Okay? Inside the fishbowl, the fish is swimming 70 knots in the same direction. The same direction. That's a tailwind. How fast is the airplane traveling across the ground? 140 knots. You got it, baby. Right on. All right. Now, let's make this a little more interesting. Throw an angle in there. Okay? Airplane is traveling 70 knots in this direction. The wind is blowing 70 knots in this direction. Just like this. 70 knots. What's the airplane doing across the ground? If the nose is pointed in that direction, is this airplane going to fly in a straight line? No. What's it going to do? It's going to be to the side. The wind, I may have confused you or me, one or the other. Wind is going in, okay, I got the wind going in 70 knots. I got the airplane flying in this direction, 70 knots. Does that make sense? I'm sorry I screwed you up there. I threw you a curve. I want to see if you were awake. Okay. What's the airplane going to do going across the ground? I don't think we can tell exactly the number because I'm just giving general direction. It's going to go, it's going this way, the wind is blowing this way, that means it's going to move off over here. And if you look at it, it's from the top down. If you looked at it, you would see that it looks like the airplane's moving sideways. Or it's walking like a crab on the beach. That's another thing. You guys go to the beach? You ever been to the beach? Everybody been to the beach? Is the beach a good reference? Okay. Have you seen crabs? Crabs on the beach? Some people have. We didn't have crabs on the Tennessee River. We got them in the Gulf of Mexico. Okay. So, the crab. We call that crabbing. So that means it can crab across the ground. That means the airplane is free of the ground. It's moving inside that wind mass. And as far as the airplane knows, it's going in that direction at 70 knots. But in actuality, in relationship to the ground, what's it doing? It's crabbing. So it's moving sideways. So if you touch the ground in that configuration, what's going to happen? You're going to break your wheels. And your wing, and your tail, and your butt. Yeah, you're going to break everything. It's moving to the side more than the airplane is capable of handling. That's what happened. So, if you are in a windy condition, any amount, 1 knot, 2 knots, 3 knots, it doesn't make any difference. When you're on the ground is going to resist the movement of the wind if the wheels are not in a position to roll. Does that make sense? So if you've got a sideways wind blowing and you are on the ground, the wheels are not designed. Now in some airplanes they are. We have what we call a castering gear. Some of the old King Airs have it. Castering gear. In fact, in the old days, the 737 came out with a castering gear, and you'd see it taxiing out to the runway sideways like this. But they don't do the castering gear anymore. You know what castering means? Like wheel casters, like you've got on certain, like that. Those are casters on the bottom of that black chair over there. It's allowed to move in both directions. Okay, but we don't do that anymore. As soon as you leave the ground, I mean 1/4 inch, if every part of that airplane is free from the ground, every part, it doesn't make any difference how free, as long as it's free. If it's above the ground, now you are in the air mass that is moving that we all call the wind. And you're going to go where it wants you to go unless you make some type of correction. There are certain exceptions to what I'm telling you that people on low-level flying, like crop dusters, just getting ready to land, people that are doing those things, as as the wind contacts other objects on the ground, in other words, trees, buildings, what have you, if it contacts them, that is going to affect the speed and the direction of that wind. It's like in a stream, in a mountain stream. You see pictures of mountain streams. You guys ever go to the mountains? You ever been there? As you can see, they've got mountain streams, small, about as big as between these tables, and they got rocks in them. And the water is rushing down these mountain streams, and because gravity is pulling them down, and it's rushing down these mountain streams, and it hits these big rocks, and it deflects to the side. The rock deflects. You know what deflect is? Deflect. Is that a term you understand? Deflect. Deflect means to bump or to move. Okay? And it can cause that to change direction. And that can affect the airplane when it's very near the ground. So if you're trying to land, or if you're distributing a product in a crop dusting situation, you're spraying a field, you're spraying a cotton field, a peanut field, or something like that, the airplane, it looks like it's flying sideways. Right. So, once you get up around 1,000 feet, those deflections are much smaller. They're not that big a deal. They slow down and they get smaller. But you must understand that the instant every surface of that airplane leaves the ground, no matter how high, you are now at the mercy of the wind. What we call the wind. The wind is a moving air mass. Like balloons. In these big hot air balloons, you see them every now and then. We don't have them much around here, but the big hot air balloons, when the hot air balloon gets in the air and they disconnect the tether line. Tether is the line that attaches the balloon to the ground, and they disconnect that. What they do is just let it hang down there, and somebody they get in a position to where they're going to contact the ground, some guy will grab hold of it and try to help steer it and all of that. So when a balloon gets in the air away from the ground, you can take a chart and lay it on the side of the balloon, and it will not blow off. Why not? You're moving with the wind. Yes, you are inside the air mass. And you're going where it's going. But the minute you attach that object to the ground, which doesn't move, now wind is going to start blowing stuff around. Does that make sense to you? You buy that? That's really interesting. Aren't you glad you came? Okay. Anybody have any comments about that? Anything you want to say? Does it make sense? Okay. Let me get that light bulb cleaned off. Humor me, that's my rendition of an airplane. Okay. I'm top, I'm not an artist. This is an airplane. Airplane is traveling in this direction. Okay. If the wind is blowing in this direction, in other words, off to the right front of the airplane, the wind is blowing into that quadrant right there. And my destination, or my next checkpoint, is right here. If I maintain this heading at 120 knots, and the wind is blowing at 18 knots, from that direction, am I going to go directly to my next checkpoint? Why not? Girl, you got it, right on. Everybody buy that? Came you buy that? Okay. What if the wind $18 knots? Are we going to get to our destination? Yeah. And we're going to get there quicker. Make sense? In relation to the ground. Okay. Same thing this way. 18 knots of wind blowing. On the nose, I got a headwind. I'm traveling 120 knots. Indicated airspeed. What's my track across the ground? 102. Buy that? Make sense? Yeah. So, on a no-wind day, if you're going to, if your normal performance charts tell you you're going to burn 10 gallons an hour at 120 knots, and you've got to go for 1 hour, how many gallons are you going to burn? $10 gallons. 1 hour, 10 gallons. With no wind. Now, you got an 18-knot headwind. Your fuel consumption is 10 gallons an hour at 120 knots. You've got 120 knots indicated airspeed. We've just found out our ground speed is going to be 102 knots. So how many gallons are we going to burn? We don't know exactly what the number, but it's going to be more than 10. We know that, right? And we can figure it out. It's basic mathematics. We can figure that out. Okay. If we're going to land at an airport, or if we're getting in trouble and we're going to land at a, let's say we have some type of problem, emergency, and we have to do an off-airport landing. Is the wind direction important? Why? Cayman? I can't hear you, man. Talk to me.
Get some more from land.
deaf or you're not talking. You talk a whole lot louder than that at other time. Give me a break, man. Talk to me. Yell at me, do something. Say it again.
It gives you more time to think of where you're going, more air, more time to fly.
More time to fly, more time to think about where you're going to land. I'm not sure I agree with that. How about you? You agree with that? You don't know? That's why you're here. I'm supposed to teach you, isn't it? Makes good sense. How about you? The wind is not going to keep you in the air longer in terms of time. The wind is going to keep you from reaching your destination longer. And I think that's what you're saying. And I agree with that 100%. But if you are in an emergency situation where let's say you have no ability to alter your power, you're using gravity power by putting the nose just down a little bit, getting your 70 knots and doing the best you can, it will not give you more time, it will give you less distance. Does that make sense? It's very confusing. It's very confusing. The distance in an emergency situation is what you're after. What is the distance? How far or how much distance can I cover on the ground into the wind, or how much distance can I cover on the ground with the wind? In other words, I'm swimming upstream or I'm swimming downstream. How far can I go on the bank of the river? So, for that reason, it's very important if you have to choose an off-airport landing site and you don't have engine power and you can't go any further, so you got to be able to get there. If you have a better site downwind and you turn downwind and you can get to that site and you think you can, that's good. But now you got to get on the ground. And you got to make contact with the ground. Well, what happens when you make contact with the ground? The wind takes over. Does that make sense? Do you want to land downwind or do you want to land into the wind? Which would you prefer? Say again? Into the wind is preferable because you land the shortest distance into the wind. And your speed across the ground when you begin the touchdown process is slower and easier to control if you're landing into the wind. If you're landing downwind, your speed across the ground is faster and it's more difficult to control. So, wind direction is a big deal in all aspects of getting the airplane into the air, getting it on the ground, and also your time, rate, and distance performance preparation is a big deal. So wind is a big deal. How do you find out what the wind is? How do you know? What's the wind? What's the wind doing out there right now? Huh? I don't see anything. So upwind, downwind, into the wind, side wind, crosswind, whatever. Not a big deal right here in this area. You go to Las Vegas, You go to Oklahoma City, you go to Kansas City, you go to El Paso. Nobody flies airplanes in El Paso in calm winds. They don't have calm winds in El Paso, Texas. If you're going to fly out there, you can head it up into the wind and do the best you can. But how do you find out what the wind is? You got your cell phone? Do you have a weather app? What are the winds in Pensacola, Florida right now? I suggest, if you're going to remain involved in aviation, or just general day-to-day activities, and going to school, get an app for your cell phone. And use that app to give you weather information. Is that time? Okay. All right, what are the winds in Pensacola?
4.5.
What?
4.5 miles.
4.5? Okay. You buy that? You agree? You agree? Okay. We got some people out here on the playground right now. I don't know who they are. They look like fun people. So, they look a little younger than you are.
I didn't see their parents.
Yeah, there's a parent around here, right there, in the gazebo.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now, those people are a little bit younger than you are. So I want you to be careful when you go out there and you're moving around those younger kids. Somebody can get hurt. We don't want to get blood all over the playground. So be careful. Do we have any questions? Just let me out of here and shut up. Is that what you're trying to do? Okay, I got it. What are you grinning at? Okay. Go outside and burn off some of it, or try to wake up, and we'll do it. The wind was blowing from this direction. It's obvious what would happen. The wind can get up underneath the wing and chip the airplane and cause this wing chip to hit the ground. So when you put the wing tip down with the right aileron, the airplane's going to want to turn right. Don't let it do that. How do you stop that? How do you keep it from turning to the right?
Use the left rudder.
Rudder. Use the left rudder. Now the rudder pedals, the top of the rudder pedal are the brakes. The bottom of the rudder pedal it moves the pedal. You're supposed to put your heels on the deck of the airplane, the ball of your foot on the bottom of the rudder pedal, and just slide your heels like that to steer the rudder. And that's the way you steer the airplane. So, when you start a takeoff roll for a pronounced crosswind, you put in full aileron control. In this case, we put in full right aileron all the way down. When we start the roll, as we go down the runway, the airplane is going to want to turn to the right. Don't let it. How? How do you prevent it from turning to the right as you begin the roll? Left rudder pedal, that girl. You got it. As it gets faster, faster and more responsive, you have to either add more pressure or less pressure. How do you know? If it tries to turn too far left, take some of that left pressure off. If it does not turn, if it does not turn enough to the left, put more in. And you just kind of do this rudder dance. And as you get more speed and the controls can become more responsive, you take pressure off of the aileron. And that gives you a crosswind takeoff. Same way with a crosswind landing. We call that a slip. The airplane is literally slipping. It's slipping like it was on a sliding board. It's slipping like that. So that's the way you control it going down the runway. When you land on the right wheel, keeping it straight with your feet. And as the speed slows down, the airplane will drop over on both wheels, keeping it straight with your feet. And as the speed decreases and continues to decrease, you have to add a little more pressure to keep that wing down, until you have full right aileron and you're sitting still. And that's the way the crosswind landing works and the crosswind takeoff. What I want you to do is, I want you to do a crosswind takeoff. I don't know, I think we've got a right crosswind built in to the simulator. I'm not sure. It may be a left crosswind. I don't know. When you get in there and you add power for takeoff, you'll figure it out. Because if it's blowing you to the left, that means you've got a right crosswind. Put the right aileron down and steer with your feet. As the controls get more and more responsive, take some of that aileron out. Keep it straight down the runway. Once you get to around 60 knots, just with the right crosswind input, just lift it off the ground. Once you get clear of the ground, level the wing. Any questions? Okay, that's what I want to do. I want you to get on the simulator. I want you to do about 3 or 4 of those crosswind takeoffs and about 3 or 4 of the crosswind landings. And you got to use your feet. Feet are a big deal. Ball of the feet on the bottom of the rudder pedals. Your heels slide on the deck. Okay? How you want to split them up, Bill?
Hey,
I'm gonna
you wanna?
take Isaiah. I'm gonna get Brendan later on, but I'm gonna take Isaiah back there.
Okay,
Then when I'm done, I'm gonna take Brendan again.
okay. And the rest of y'all just get on the simulators back here.
Okay. I would like, who are you going to fly with? Huh? Well, okay. Okay, you take control. Yes, no, here it is, over here. Get down to 1,000 feet. can make this bigger. Okay. All right. Okay. Turn around
Alright. I have you start up the plane. Remember, okay, what you want to do is, yeah, the first one, lift it up, flip it back down, flip it up again, there you go. Flip it up. Turn it now all the way to the right, back one. Back one. Flip all the rest of the knobs up. That's your avionics. You have to worry about the bottom of that one.
Get it in here. Get it in here.
That's my deal, right?
This K is KMOD. This is Stockton. That's my name. Stockton, that's where we're at now. KMOD is, what does it say? Modesto. That's where we're going. Okay. Somebody can start. All right. Let's get our frequencies. And information.
That's it.
Okay, the first thing we want to do is get our ATIS, find out what the pressure is and all the rest of the information we need. So we need to put our ATIS frequency, that one up here.
Yeah. All right. Stay over your feet. Left foot. Left foot.
Breathe in 118.25.
Okay, you take the control.
Flip it over.
Stockton Metro information November, 1755 Zulu winds are 316 at 6 knots. Visibility 10 miles. Skies clear. Temperature 27, dew point 13. Current altimeter is 29908. Arriving and departing runway 29 right. Stockton Metro information November.
Altimeter, that's the one we need to know, 29908. The reason we need to know that, that's the barometric pressure for this particular area. And for us to talk to tower,
Do a 90-degree left turn.
every time you go to a different location, the barometric pressure changes with the altitude, so you gotta be precise, you gotta have this number. Hard to explain, but.
I kind of need it.
So, what's well, we don't have a clearance of delivery.
Okay, that was right.
Go ahead and dial that number in. Same place. Already clicked it.
Don't let it climb.
I clicked it in there by mistake.
Black.
Flip it over. Yeah.
Trim the nose down a little bit.
Alright. When I tell you to click the button on this red button, not this way out that one, the left stick is a red button underneath. You can't see it.
90-degree
Put your left hand on there, there's a button.
Right there.
Feel it? Okay, when I tell you to click it, so when I get through talking, release it, okay?
Too much bang. Too much bang.
Go ahead, click it. Ground says it.
Alright, straight ahead, downwind.
Come on, man.
Airport,
Right
you're
here.
on the left side.
71 Victor Bravo. Okay, go ahead and click it. Yeah. Ground 71 Victor Bravo is ready to copy for VFR clearance.
Over here.
Okay, you want to do this again? All right. Ground 71 Victor Bravo radio check.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo, you are loud and clear.
Ground says the 1 Victor Bravo is ready to copy VFR clearance.
Yeah, that's
It
it.
started out like this yesterday. Ground says the 1 Victor Bravo is ready to copy VFR clearance. Ground says the 1 Victor Bravo is ready to copy VFR clearance.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo cleared VFR to Kilo Mike Oscar Delta with radar advisory service at flight level 200. Squawk 4344 advise of altitude changes en route. Departure on 125.1.
What we're doing is we're doing a VFR flight to Warrington. He's giving us information that we need to know. He's giving us our flight level, and we got to put this squawk 4344 here. The reason we have to do that, I have to do it manually.
Yeah, I just realized this.
Yeah. What did he say? 4 who? 344. He has his position right here, the tower. He knows exactly where we are. That's our radar. And he's telling us we're going to have to depart on 125.1. That will change. Put it in here.
Just the bottom.
125. Put on the second one. And the second one. 125.1. No, we're not even gonna switch that. Now we need to put in our tower frequency. 120.30 right here. That's it, they'll switch it. Okay. The stuff that he read to me, I'm supposed to read it back. In real life, you read it back right away, but being this is software, I can just hold off on it and I'm gonna read it back. Clear VFR to Kilo Mike Oscar Delta, maintain flight level 200, squawking 4344, departure on 125.171 Victor Bravo.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo departure frequency is 125.1.
Departure frequency 125.1, Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Ground Cessna 1 Victor Bravo is ready to taxi.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo taxi to runway 29 right via taxiways Bravo. Hold short runway 29 right.
That's way down there somewhere, we're not going there. I think there's a runway 11, if I'm not mistaken. It's right around the corner. I'll find out real quick. I know this airport, so that's why, you know. 11 right. Ground says the 1 Victor Bravo request taxi to runway 11 right. The reason why
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo taxi to runway 11 right via taxiways November. Bravo. Hold short runway 11 right.
taxi to runway 11 right via taxiways November. Bravo. Hold short runway 11 right. Says the 1 Victor Bravo. The reason why this act's so funny in here, you got a lot of stuff going on, so it's picking up me, all this other noise activity. Yeah, the one in my house, I can just talk normal and it picks it up. Okay, man, so we're going to go to 11 right, and I'll tell you exactly where it is.
So one more right. I think right in the
I'm saying one's right on this side, one's on that side. I put right because we're going to run right into it, we're going to cross over. So let me get this out the way. That's the brake, remember?
Yes.
That's the brake. Hit that. Now you're ready to go. Go easy now. I will go to your right.
I think the brakes were okay.
Go to your right. Not too much. Slow down. We're taxiing, we're not taking off. Pull down on your power a little bit more. There you go. Going over here. Remember the brakes, go forward. Slow down, man. Follow the yellow line. Slow down.
Oh, yeah.
Push it. There you go. Go back over here. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah. Slow down, slow down. There you go. Go that way. Straight ahead. Don't worry about that. You don't need that. Relax. You gotta go. Just give a little bit more gas. You gotta do throttle manage. Once you get going, then pull back on the throttle. There you go. Now pull back down. There you go. That's about the speed you want to go. I think it's this way. Yeah. I hope it's this way. Pretty much follow that vehicle. It's going that direction. Get on this side, man. There's a truck coming.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo contact tower on 120.3. Have a good morning.
See what everybody's slowing down? You gotta push your brakes forward. Slow down, slow down. Flip this over. You don't flip that over. Top one. Towards the contact tower. Tower says in 1 Victor Bravo's holding short, runway 11 right.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo winds are 316 at 6 knots, cleared for takeoff. Runway 11 right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 11 right. Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Okay. 1 knot to flaps. Scoot up to taxiway. There you go. This is throttle management. Speed yourself going, pull back on power. That's how you control it. Yeah, 1 notch of flaps in there. Okay. Get lined up on the runway. Come on, truck, stop, man. Stop. Okay, now stop right there. Now what you stop. What you want to do, push your brakes all the way on. Don't do this. Push your brakes all the way forward. Because you want to give it power, and we want to check our RPM gauge. Get it up to about 2,500.
Alright,
All the way up.
let's turn all the way around. Now, what's our heading?
We're there. Okay, release your brakes. Get on out of here. To the center. Put your feet. There you go. I've got to put altitude in here. I'll tell you that. About 2,000. Get to about 80 knots. Pull back gently. About 80 knots. Easy.
How do you make that thing
A little
big?
sensitive. You got to take it off. Remember, you got your trim. Get your flaps up.
How do you make this bigger?
Well, hey, all you got to do is just, they're up by now. Get to about 1,000 feet, and then we're going to bank the right a little bit. When we get to 1,000 feet.
Okay. Let's turn around to the left, and all the way around.
Matter of fact, you're pretty much on the flight path. There's a line right there. Let's see. Let's do our heading. Let you multitask. In our heading bug, see where our heading bug is? Hit it parallel to that line. Go ahead and start turning. While you're holding that yoke. Turn the heading bug. Keep it straight, keep it straight.
So sensitive.
You got it, man. You can do both. You keep it straight, just like that. Matter of fact, let up the yoke. Let off. Okay, know what to do. Pretty much straight. Just keep it that level. Start turning your heading button so you get in parallel to that. Turn. The other way. Turn. Hey, don't be afraid. Turn. Turn it.
All right, what's our altitude?
Right about there. Stop. Okay. Hit autopilot. Right here. AP. Just touch AP. Now hit heading. Touch heading. Let go. Plane's flying itself now. Or get that airplane on that pink line, so you're gonna turn that down somewhat. Turn whichever way you gotta turn it to get into that line. You're going the wrong way. Turn right. Right. Yeah. Look, there's an airplane right there. We're going this way.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo contact normal approach on 120.9 or 5.
Put 120.95 in there. You gotta multitask. 120.9 or 5. Wait. Now wait. Stop right there. You gotta talk to her. Contact approach on 120.905. Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Switch that over.
Okay, make a left turn.
Hold it. I got contact approach. Approach Cessna 1 Victor Bravo is at 2000.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 2000. Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Okay. Now, get that plane on that line.
Two more banks.
See that controller, that lady? She knows where we're at. We just left the tower. Tower handed us off to approach.
Keep it coming.
Approach gave us
Cessna
a...
1 Victor Bravo expedite climb to flight level 200.
So what do I have to do? I'm at flight level 1800, right?
All right. See the
Increase
runway?
altitude.
Straight ahead.
Go ahead. 2000. 2000. That's it. Switch it back to heading. Okay. Now what we got to do to flight level? Get to flight level 2000. Flight level change. Bump that up. See the nose go up. And once it gets to 2000, which is no time, it'll level off. That's it, man. We're on our way.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo climb and maintain flight level 200.
All right, head down.
Flight level 2000. Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Actually,
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo, good morning.
flight.
Squawk 1200, expect runway 28 right.
She said squawk what? Squawk what? She gotta know that. She said squawk 20 something. The reason why you gotta listen to the controller, I think I hit the flaps by mistake on this keyboard. Can you so tight in here.
Let me help you.
Good thing about this, go back and see what she said. Squawk 120. So you gotta put 1200.
Here are your feet. Here are your feet.
Do it with the mouse.
Right foot. Right foot.
It's alright. That's my calendar. Head back. Okay. Enter. She gonna say
Cessna
something.
1 Victor Bravo radar
Radar
contact.
contact. She knows where we're at. That's all that is. When you get in there and when you take off, you do flight following is called. Flight following is so that they know exactly where you're at. In case you're in trouble, they know exactly where you were. You crashed, they know your last position, that kind of stuff. You want flight following? You know, you're going somewhere you're just not sure. You got a flight plan, I'm not sure about it. They can kind of correct you. It's, you know, wrong. So right now we're on our way to KMOD. And I do believe she said expect runway something or another. We'll go out here and see what she said. So when you're in the plane, that little notepad that Mrs. Skidboy said, that's vital. Not only for there, but when you're in the plane, you're constantly writing down information from
Cessna
tower.
1 Victor Bravo, you are 11 nautical miles from Modesto City County. Sham radar service terminated. Contact tower on 125.3. Have a good morning.
Wait a minute, 125.3. 125.3. Okay. Now this is what I'll tell her. Contact tower on 125.3. Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Now switch it over. 125.3. Tower Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. Request a full stop landing.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo, winds are 314 at 6 knots, cleared to land runway 28 right.
Clear to land, runway 28 right. Cessna 1 Victor Bravo. That's where we got to land, 28 right. Two eight right, she said, right?
Yes.
Okay. Little cheap. Come on here. This map.
You said that it was going to be
Not far from the runway. Oh, we're right there. I believe that's 28 right. You can if you want to right now, but I also don't need to. Let's see. We're at 11 nautical miles. That's KMOD. Oh, that's 10 left. It must be on the other side. It's on the other side. You gotta come in and come back this way. See, in real life, you do all this flight planning before you get off the ground, so you know exactly where you're going.
Oh,
She said 2-8, right?
okay.
You gotta hit that one right there. Pretty much. Get back on this line here.
I just wanted to fly, bro.
What are we doing here, guys? What's
Now
going
we're
on?
gonna look at this
He
one.
wanted to fly.
I'm asking him, you just wait a minute. What's going on here?
It's a bee. That's
What do you mean? No. What I did was loosen your power.
No, oh, you crashed.
Since the person that was going full
Wrong
speed
way.
trying to land.
Okay, you
To the
crashed.
left.
Okay,
That was.
who's flying?
Turning.
You flying, Kate?
Turning. Just go ahead and just turn it, man. Just turn it a lot. Turn it. Don't be afraid. So we watch which way this airplane turns. Yep. There you go. Now we're headed the right direction. Okay, right there. Hold it right there. Let on. Let's see. Also, another way you can get to your destination with the 750. So I think it has, yeah, this is straight in. I'm trying to explain this the way we can understand it. Relax. This is a pre-made up flight plan. It's got you coming in to this waypoint and then coming back around. This pre-made flight plan isn't on the 750. I could have pre-made it and you'd have the same exact duplicate lines. Meaning if you had the same exact duplicate lines, you'd have the same exact duplicate waypoints. And the waypoints have directional, right here, And all you have to do is turn to that 127 and it'll take you to this over here. But we have kind of like two different flight plans. It's actually KMOD is 127
So
degrees.
when I get on that, I turn to 127 or that's what.
You're coming in from a different direction. I don't think so. Get lined up on that line. Because you're going to be on the opposite end. You going the right way? You going the wrong way?
I went the wrong way.
Turn that baby. Turn. You're on that line. Also watch your heading bug. Your heading bug tells you where you're at.
All right, guys,
It's
shut it
gonna be
down.
right about there.
Outside.
Right there.
Come on, let's go.
Okay?
So it's still turning.
Yeah, we're good.
Outside.
We're good. It's gonna stop right there. The heading bug always goes to the top
Get out
right
there,
there.
run around
It
for a
stops.
while. Come on.
Follow me.
Yeah.
So we come all the way down here, which is gonna be I guess about 3-4 miles. Then we'll kill it and come on in. So that's pretty much it, man. There's so much stuff I can tell you, man. Tower. When you're talking to tower, you gotta talk to the tower precisely. Let tower know what's going on. This is simulated stuff, it's voice activated, so it's a little different. But tower always keeps up where you're at. So you gotta make sure you put in proper frequencies for ground, tower frequencies. I'll tell you the proper frequencies to put in here so they're constantly, you have constant communication with them.
Isn't that the actual trim wheel?
You can use that. If you use it now, it might take it off of autopilot. See, because we got the autopilot, we got the altitude set to 2,000. You just keep it straight. So you really don't need a trim wheel. The only time you need a trim wheel is when you're not in autopilot mode. When you're off autopilot, then you use a trim to keep you a certain level. And it's not going to stay there because you're doing things manually. Okay, we're about halfway. That's KMOD right there. About another couple of miles. Actually, you probably kill your autopilot right about now.
Where is it, 190
I usually goes up in the industry.
You used to, but not anymore. Everything's on speed up. There you go. Move your left or right. Okay, it's you now. I'm going to do this two ways. I want you to use the 750 map. Where we at? Right there. And with these right there, and I'm going to use the 750 map as well. Right there. That's where you're at. That's KMOD as well. That looks like a runway right there. Yeah. Okay. So you can pull your power down. You gotta land this joker. Easy, easy, easy. Little increments. Pull your power down, man. You don't need to fly and stay level. Pull it down some more. Start your bank. You know the airport's over here to your right somewhere. Easy. Get this bounce out the way. There you go. Doing good. There's no ILS frequency here. Remember the last time we were here we did ILS, the crosshairs?
Yeah.
This airport doesn't have, wait a minute, maybe it does. Where are we going again? KMOD? Yeah, it doesn't have one. See that airport over there?
Right
Must
there.
be. Yes.
Wait, no, I
That's
see
it.
It's right there. You can see the lights.
Yeah. You see where you're at? The plane's here. Airport's over there. Yeah. We're going right or left? You remember?
Just wait. Oh, right.
Runway
Right.
28 right. So you want to land on the right runway?
I thought you were asking if I could turn left.
Pretend I'm the tower, man. What's your altitude? 1,000. You want to maintain that because you got to get over there, 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 remember? You want to line up way back here so you can go in straight. Keep on going left. You want to go over here, then come in. You want to fly it in, straight in. We don't need this anymore. Watch your airspeed. Look at your airspeed. What's your airspeed?
60.
That's kind of slow, ain't it? You need a notch of flaps. 1 notch. Okay. A little bit of throttle. Throttle up.
Okay.
This is the one to the right. The one you're looking at, the one that has the lights is probably left. You need to go right. Relax.
Is that right there? Or is that?
That looks like that's left. It's probably the one to the right of it. The shorter one.
That one.
Yeah, oops. That's me.
Nah, my simulator, I leave it on real weather, whatever the wind is, let's go.
You got a 28 left and a 28 right. So there ain't no runway to the left of that runway, so it's got to be to the right. Correct? Yeah, because to the left looks like a bunch of trees. We definitely don't want to go in no trees. When you're doing this, it's common sense stuff. A lot of people panic. Well, it got to be over there. No, there's trees over there. There's 2 runways. And you're straight on in. See what I mean about lining up back here and flying straight on in? Now you don't have to worry about all this stuff. Keep it level, man. 800. Keep it right there. Now you get ready to let it come down. So now there you go. There you go. There you go. Down, down, down. Maybe another notch of flaps. Easy.
I can't hear the flaps go up and down.
Yeah, they're down, trust me. Okay. Get that nose down. Stop flying with your shoulders. Fly with the stick. You over here. You know what? There's only one runway. You're on the right runway. Get over. There's only one runway. Put your nose down. Get back. That runway with the lights, that's where you want to land. That's the one you want to land
The
on.
other one, it was like over there.
Yeah. This one right here, that's where the one that's got the lights on it, that's where you want to land. That's actually to the right, that's a taxiway. Let it come down, man. Let it come down. Stop steering with your elbows. I mean your shoulders. Get it over there. Get it over, 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 get it over. There you go. You're over controlling. Give some gas, give some gas. You're stalling, you're stalling. Put gas, gas. You're nose down, push forward a little bit. Push forward. Pull your throttle down. Remember how you land with your trim? Okay. This has got to be one of your worst landings. Oh no, you just killed me, man. Oh, I'm suing you.
Cessna 1 Victor Bravo exit runway when
Isaiah, kill me.
He advised you may have landed on the wrong runway.
Oh, shut up, woman. Yeah, because you didn't hit the runway. Okay, man, get this thing in the air.
I don't even know where the runway's at.
To your left. Let's get it from here. Take off. Full throttle. You gotta work on your landings again. You took off too soon. When I said take off, I meant take off when ready.
I took off at like no airspeed.
I know. flaps are down, that's why. If your flaps are down, it don't take much to take this thing up. Now it's gonna crash. We get up from this.
I don't know how I made it alive.
Me either. Put your throttle down. And let's try this again. Get it on the runway this time. Right here. Go to the left. Break it.
What would you like to practice on the simulator? Landing. Okay.
Make sure your flaps are up.
I can't know.
Okay. Now if it starts to take up on you, use your trim to keep the nose down. Okay? All the way up. Steer at your feet. If it takes up, counter with your trim. Trim, there you go. Other way, other way, other way. Trim, other way. Yeah.
Why does it keep doing that? I missed all my
It's,
flaps.
hey, it does that.
And now my airspeed's going down. I'm gonna crash.
Nose down, nose forward, nose forward. That's why. Keep it like that. Now your airspeed's gonna build up, see? Wait till your airspeed builds up. That's why I said trim it. Trim your nose down, keep it level. That's your flaps.
Make sure they're
Oh, make sure they're up. Okay. Okay, now we're good. Okay, let's go down about a few miles and we're gonna land on runway 10 right. You can land, man. It's just, I guess you got overwhelmed.
I think so.
With everything going on. I don't have really a lot of time to tell you guys all this stuff. You know, we only got a few days. I gotta tell you, I did Brendan yesterday, you, then I gotta get Keenan. That stuff in there you guys have done, you know, up to the times, you know. Trying to get you views, something new. Brendan's gets bored real easy. That's why I had him in here yesterday. Okay, you tell me when it's about time for you to put your throttle down and start your turn. Think you're there? Huh? Okay.
I think I'm there.
I know you're there. But you're gonna put this on here, you're gonna lose control. That's where you're at. You can make it. Put your throttle down though, so you can turn. You need to pull, okay, you're pretty close to the airport, so you know you gotta come down, so you gotta pull your power down, so you can come down. I mean down, like down here. You wanna come down. But right now you're 1,500 feet. You're pretty close to that runway. You let it come down, come down. That runway is right around the corner, somewhere. It's to your left. So you gotta get over there. Watch your altitude. You're at 800 feet. Now you want to start pulling your power. You want to maintain what you got, level, get over to the airport. Somehow you gotta get over there, which means you gotta fly it over there. You don't want to go any lower. You're at 600 feet. You don't want to go any lower. You don't want to fly on top of nobody's roof.
That's it right there, right?
You tell me, man. you the pilot.
Yeah.
Right now, man, I'm telling you, I done ate so much candy bars, so much sweets, I done had a sugar attack. I'm over here passed out. I'm relying on you to get me down. You call Mayday if you want. Mayday, Mayday, help me. You know what they're going to tell you? Get a hold of that yoke. Maintain your airspeed. You're almost at the airport, so you want to have at least 600 or 700 feet on, you know.
Yeah, that's the airport.
Okay. Now where's the runway?
It's right there. I'm gonna come around there.
Okay, do that. Kind of low, man. You need to get some altitude. You're flying on top of this. You see these people right here? What do you think they're saying right now? That fool flying on top of our house. Get some altitude, man. Get up there. Where's the runway? You know where the runway is?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, but you still got to get some altitude. You're going to have to come back around somewhere, right? Yeah, get off from these people's houses.
Why does it look lower on that side compared to that side?
Yeah, it's just this is software.
Wait.
It's me. I did that. Sorry about that. You got it. That's the runway you want to land on? Okay, you're going to have to go out a little bit. You ain't going to make that. There's no way. You got to go to your right. You got to go this way, come back around. That's what you want to do over there, but somehow you got... So you got a bit... Right, man, right. Go right. You got to go down and then turn around. Just use your own judgment. This is really simple. You got to go down right a little bit more. You want to get the airport directly behind you. Watch your altitude, watch your airspeed. What's your airspeed say? That's stall speed, man. You need some more power. You want at least 60, between 60 and 80 knots. Okay, you know where the airport is?
It's back.
Okay. Stop going to the left so much. You want to turn, go straight, get to a point, then turn it around and come straight in. You keep going this way and that way, and that's how you're getting lost.
I'm gonna go out to 2 miles.
Take whatever it takes. You want to land on that runway. What's our altitude?
1,000.
Okay, that's good enough. We're not on top of people's houses. They're roofs. And this is all in fun. But really, you want to use some practical, realism here. The main thing you got to do, Isaiah, relax, man.
It's just that when I start doing it, it's always
I know. You and everybody else, you start panicking. That runway ain't going nowhere. Okay, I don't see it yet, do you? There it is. It's right there. See the lights to the left? Put your power down, man. All the way down, all the way down. You got to get down. One notch of flaps. You want to go straight and then bank it. You can bank it from here if you can fly it in, but you want to get it in there. You want to put your granddaughter in here?
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as she lands.
A little bit.
Okay.
Man, that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks real. I'm saying that crap looks real good.
I heard you were something about your granddaughter. What's your name again?
Jai.
Is that J-A-I?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know, they say, hey, young lady, well, we ain't got that much time. Get her in here quick. She's gonna land. I'll spend the rest of the time with her. Unless you want to do it. Better, I think it's better I do it.
I know it's better.
She gonna feel comfortable. I mean, at home, but this is a little different. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you don't see me over there with her.
Oh, okay. Who's with her now?
Brandon.
Okay.
She was trying to give him money. She said, I know what I'm doing. I know what I told her. I said, you have no clue what you're doing. Listen.
She said that?
Yeah.
She said that to me yesterday.
That's a woman for you.
Yesterday she had said that I need to send my papa a house, so I know that.
What? She said,
She's just like her mom.
Really?
She used to tell me, I know what I'm doing. And she screw up stuff, and she said, well, I messed up. I said, I know you did. I knew you were going to mess up.
After the fact. Isn't it always after the fact? Man, now that was perfect.
Oh, that butter
Hit the brake,
bacon.
You should have saw the other
Hit
one.
the brake, hit the brake.
That was a lot better.
The brake there. All right, man, good job. We did something different, and we're going to do it again. You get out the way first. I'll knock my camera over. Good job, Isaiah. Push it all the way up. The brake is on. Like that. Steer with your feet. Your feet. There you go. Center. Relax. Once we get about 60 knots, maybe about 70 knots, it might go up on its own. And it is. Now, this yoke is very sensitive. Go to your right a little bit. Your right, your military right. Steer right. Right. There you go. See how sensitive it is? Okay. Let's get up to about 1,000 feet. This is altitude right here. How high are we right now? No. 400, 460, 480, 500. That's how high we are. Get to 1,000 feet and stop. Stay there. Keep the plane level. Right there. It's not going to stay there. You see this right here? See that orange line right there? Easy, easy, easy. Remember I told you how sensitive it is? It ain't no toy. Go to your left.
Sit there.
Let go. Look. Easy movements. Easy movements. Put your throttle down a little bit. Power. Put power down. How high are we? Or to the right? There you go. Okay. We're almost at 1,000. Let's trim it on real quick.
Is that 1,000?
Okay. Put your hands on the yoke again. Easy. Easy. Don't let it go down anymore. We want to maintain this altitude. Relax. Don't jerk it. Okay. You see this orange line right here? You want to keep that orange line on that white line. When you have it on that white line, that means the plane is level. If that orange line comes up here, that means you're too high in the sky. If it goes down there, you head towards the ground.
It smells like salad in here.
So I ate a salad. Okay.
I like salad.
Okay, we're not talking about salad now. Okay, now, what we want to do, you see that beach over there? We want to go that way. Turn easy, easy, slow, slow. That's how you turn an airplane. Doing good, that's it. That's how you fly. It's not like a car when you okay? Doing good. Flying is boring. It's fun, but it's boring.
I'm looking out the window and I only see trees.
Man, that's all you're going to see. There's some buildings, but this is
I
computerized.
see buildings.
Yeah, you're going to see some. This is computerized stuff. You're not going to see total 100% imagery. We're in Pensacola. This is real, but it's real to a point. It can't be perfect.
There is an orange line and I don't know what it is.
Okay, level off. That orange line on that white line, just level off. Just like, get it the level to the left. Get that down a little bit. There you go. Okay, now what I want you to do, we're going to fly a heading of, let's see, let's go to heading 30. The way we know 30, this is our heading bug. Turn the plane until it gets to, that comes up here. Start turning. Okay, stop. Stop. There you go. Don't look dead. Right about there. There you go. There you go. You level off.
Here you are, you want to go over here.
It's going to be heading 30. That's how you would navigate to where you want to go. The tower person will tell you to turn to heading 60, which there is no 60. Well, there is a 60, but right now it's going to be confusing for you. It's a lower number. You're right. Yeah. Turn to heading 60. Okay. That's it. Easy. Level off, level off, level off. Where the orange line? Level off. To your left, to your left. Easy, easy. More left. There you go. There you go. What's our altitude right now? We're climbing 2,000. There, good. That's it. That's it.
We're past 6.
Huh?
It's past 6.
Yeah, well, I'm just playing with you. I'm just giving you little directions. Just to get you flying around. Okay, let's go to heading 330. 33. Let's go back over there. Keep the plane level. Somewhat. Somewhat. You think you might be going too fast? Put your throttle down a little bit. A little bit. There you go. Yeah, watch. You're at 330. Don't pull. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anytime you need, level off, level off, level off, level off. Easy, easy. Let go. You never want to do this. You never want to do all that crap. You want to little movements. Little movements. You can also trim the airplane with, watch. Push that up, goes down. Push that down, it goes up. You don't have to pull back. You can just, like that. It's called a trim wheel. Right? Alright. Where's the airport at? Any idea? Where we just took off from? Any idea? Keep the airplane level. Keep the airplane level. Alright.
Why are y'all still looking at it, bro? I can start the new flight.
I'm fixing to find the airport for us. Meantime, just keep the airplane level. Right there. Let's see, go here.
Down.
Trying to find it. That's okay, done. You see this right here?
Put in another knot.
See that moving? That's the airport.
All right, hold that for a while.
Okay? To our right. You see this airplane? That's us. That's the airport. Turn to, there you go. There you go. Easy, easy. Go to your right, go back to the left. When you turn, you don't hold it. You turn and center, turn and center, turn and center. Okay, level off, level off. Remember I told you, level off. Now look out your windows to your right. Do you see the airport to your right? There you go. You see the airport? Okay, we're not there yet. You know why? Let's see how far away we are from the airport. Hold on. We are 4.9 nautical miles away from the airport.
Feet.
Uh-huh.
Feet. Left foot.
Look straight ahead.
Oh, it's right there.
Bingo, that's the airport. We need to get... That was me. We need to get on that runway. Dead center, all right? Maintain that altitude. Maintain that altitude means stay right there. Don't go don't change anything. Okay, now we're gonna fly straight into that runway. We need to pull our power down a little bit. Our power, turn to the left. There you go. Go back to the left. Go back to the left. The runway's over here. Over
It's
there.
not letting me.
Okay, my bus.
Oh.
The mouse did that. Okay. Go back over to the left. Go to the left. Go to the left. Go to the left. Left, more left, more left, more left. Get it over there. Get it over there. Get it over there. We gotta land over here. The simulator messed up, but we still gotta land. There you go. Let it keep coming this way. Don't let it go any lower. You don't want to fly on top of nobody's house. Bingo, that's good right there. Let me give you one notch of flaps. Don't push forward, don't push, don't push. Trim, trim, trim. Put your power down a little bit more. Don't look at it, just put your hand down there and pull it down. You got to keep your eyes on the runway, you're doing good. Now you want to play power management. Don't pull back. I'm controlling it for you. See what I'm doing? The motor is coming down. I'm giving it more power. Give it less power. A little bit more power. And let it come down. In the center of the runway. Everybody thinks you got to pull on that yoke. You don't have to pull on that yoke. See how you're coming down? You're almost on the runway, aren't you? Pretty much there. Because I'm doing what I'm doing. Throttle management. Now it's on you. Now it's on you.
What?
Don't look down. Look at the runway. Pull back a little bit. A little bit. Hold it. Hold it. Pull back a little bit. A little bit. Pull back a little bit. Hold it. Hold it. Let it come on down. Do not pull back anymore. You got away from the runway. Shoot that off. We're not going to land.